My sister's wedding photographer just revealed why he's been following me for 3 years. I never thought I'd be writing this, but I need someone to tell me if I'm losing my mind, or if this is as messed up as I think it is. 3 years ago, I was the maid of honor at my sister Rachel's wedding. Everything about that day was perfect. The venue, the flowers, her dress, except for one thing that I didn't notice until much later. The photographer, Marcus, kept appearing in the background of my life after that day. At first, I thought it was coincidence. I'd see him at the coffee shop near my office, then at the gym, the grocery store, always with a camera, always working, never acknowledging me directly. When I mentioned it to Rachel, she laughed it off. He's one of the most sought-after photographers in the city. You're probably just noticing him now because you met him at the wedding. But then things got stranger. I'd post on Instagram about trying a new restaurant, and he'd be there the next week. I'd mention a hiking trail in passing to a friend, and there he'd be with his camera on Saturday morning. Still, never speaking to me, just there. My boyfriend Tom thought I was being paranoid. My parents said I was stressed from work. Even my best friend suggested I might be unconsciously following him, not the other way around. So I started documenting everything. Screenshots of my posts, photos of him at these locations with timestamps, even a spreadsheet tracking the coincidences. 6 months ago, I confronted him at a farmer's market. He was photographing vendors, and I walked right up to him. "Why are you following me?" I demanded. He looked at me with this expression I'll never forget. Not surprise, not guilt, but something like, pity? "Sarah," he said quietly, "I'm not following you. I'm documenting you." Before I could ask what that meant, he packed up his gear and left. I tried calling the number from my sister's wedding contract, but it was disconnected. His website was gone. His social media had vanished. I hired a private investigator with my savings. Tom said I was being crazy, that I should let it go, but I couldn't. The PI found something that made my blood run cold. Marcus had been photographing me since I was 15. He had photos from my high school graduation, my college years, my first job interview, my grandmother's funeral, all events he couldn't have been hired for, all before Rachel's wedding. But here's where it gets worse. The PI found Marcus's real name, Michael Harrison. And Michael Harrison died in a car accident 7 years ago. So who had been at my sister's wedding? Who had I confronted at the farmer's market? Who has thousands of photos of my life? Yesterday, a package arrived at my apartment with no return address. Inside was a leather-bound photo album. The first picture was of me as a baby in my mother's arms at the hospital. The last one was of me sleeping in my bed 2 nights ago. But it's the note that came with it that has me terrified. Written in elegant cursive were just 8 words. "You were never supposed to find out yet." I showed everything to my parents this morning. My mother went pale when she saw the album. My father grabbed her arm and said, "We need to tell her about the arrangement." That was 3 hours ago. They asked me to give them until tonight to explain everything. Rachel is driving down from Boston. Tom won't answer my calls. And I just got a text from an unknown number with a photo of me sitting in my car right now, typing this. The message said, "Stop writing. They're almost ready to tell you." I don't know what's happening, but every instinct tells me my entire life has been some kind of experiment. And tonight I'm going to find out why my own family has been lying to me since the day I was born. I sat there frozen, my hands trembling as I stared at the text. The photo showed my silver Honda Civic from above, my silhouette visible through the windshield. My heart pounded so hard I could hear it in my ears. I looked up through my windshield, scanning the buildings around me. Nothing. No one visible in any windows. No drones overhead. No obvious vantage points. But someone was watching. Someone who knew exactly what I was doing. My phone buzzed again. Another unknown number. This time just 2 words. "Drive home." I threw my phone onto the passenger seat and started the engine. My hands shook as I gripped the steering wheel. The 15-minute drive to my apartment felt like hours. Every car behind me could be following. Every pedestrian with a phone could be photographing me. At a red light, I caught myself checking the rearview mirror obsessively. A black sedan had been behind me for 3 blocks. When I turned right, it turned right. When I switched lanes, it switched lanes. My chest tightened. I made a sudden left turn without signaling. The sedan continued straight. Just paranoia. Or maybe they wanted me to think that. By the time I pulled into my apartment building's garage, sweat had soaked through my shirt. I grabbed my phone and the evidence folder from my car, then practically ran to